All right, quick tour time. This is the system that I use to create the weekly meal plans that I send out to all of my Healthy Habit Support members, so that they have a good idea of what they can be eating week to week. They can pull recipes, they can try new things, they can stick with what they have. But all of these recipes come to their inbox every single Friday, so they've got the nutrition support they need to hit their weight loss goals. Okay. So, quick tutorial. This is That Clean Life. This is the system that I use for creating these meal plans here. So this is the one that I sent out just this past week, actually. And you can see lots of beautiful colors and recipes. The pictures on these are really great and they all look really good. And so this is basically what a HHSN member will see in their inbox every single week. Okay. So I'm just going to show you real quick how I actually make these. So we're going to start a blank one. And I do this every single week for my HHSN people. And so we have a blank template here. And basically what I'm doing is I'm plugging in certain nutrition guidelines that all of my weight loss people follow for the most part. Like we're looking at things that are high fiber. This is our recipe tool here. So we're looking for things that have a really good amount of fiber. We're having a good amount of protein in there. And then we're looking at things depending on the meal, like if we're going to do breakfast, for example, make sure that you've got enough food, but not too much food, right? So we've got a window there. When I'm doing individual meetings with people, I'll look at the vitamins, minerals, and things like that in more detail if there's something specific that we're working on. But for these, we just do the basics here. And then I look at time. So that's a huge one as well. So anytime I'm recommending recipes, I'm making sure, and let's start with breakfast. We'll do 15-minute breakfast. I'm making sure that we're not overdoing it with time commitments. Everything is going to be quick, everything is going to be easy. And so I do put these recipe filters into place. And then voila, I get all sorts of different options that we can pick through. And then this is kind of up to me to decide what seasonally would really work right now for people. Things that people tend to like this first one that popped up, egg and sardine snack plate. Probably not something I'd put on the meal plan. Most people do not like sardines. And so trying to keep it realistic in terms of what we can put together here. So there are some more gourmet options, things that do take a little bit more prep in a lot of cases, but also some really simple things like this strawberry chicken salad. How bougie does that look? But you could really pull that together in about 15 minutes, and you can make something like this in bulk and have it for your breakfast and just like throw it on a slice of toast every single day. Those are the kind of recipes that I'm looking for. And friends, I'm just gonna go ahead and add this to breakfast, and I'm going to get ahead of our recipe game here. So I'm going to throw those on our planner here. And what I can do too is say, okay, we're going to make, let's see, we're going to make 3 servings of this. And we're going to have it all week. So this is going to be a leftover. This is going to be a leftover. So this week, this person can make the strawberry chicken salad on toast one time and have it for 3 breakfasts during the week. And I've actually tried that one. That one is absolutely delicious. Okay. So as that's happening, you can see that the calories are adding up, the macros are adding up. I've got things like sodium, potassium, some of the more important vitamins that I tend to keep an eye on over here as well. So when I'm reviewing a plan, I will make sure that the calories day to day look pretty similar. And I keep my plan somewhere around 14 to 1600 calories generally, just because most people tend to fall within that range. And with the direction of saying, okay, maybe you add an extra snack to your meal plan if you were to follow this verbatim. But the average person isn't just taking this weekly meal plan and saying, okay, I'm going to follow this to a T. I'm going to try all these new recipes. They'll pick and choose a few different things to try and add on and sort of start changing the roster of the foods that they're putting together. We are not ever doing a quick rewrite. I don't have the mental capacity for that every single week. I don't think any of my clients do either. I don't expect you to either. So that's a pretty basic overview of the things that I'm putting together here. As you can see, so many different options. And so week to week, you are seeing a ton of different new options in your weekly email with the recipes that you see there. So hopefully this has been enlightening. We're going to be talking about HHSN quite a bit more over the coming weeks. I do have a special promotion right now happening through the end of July. That is, if you sign up before the end of July, you get a free complimentary setup session with me, which lasts about 30 minutes. We do it virtually, and basically we figure out what your goals are, what needs to happen, what obstacles are in your way, come up with a solid, concrete, structured meal plan or just general plan in general, and then get you rolling with some of these recipes and get you checking in every single week through the HHSN plan so that you can stay on task. You can get help when things aren't working, get help when you're having a hard time following through, whatever the case may be. Okay. So if you're interested in HHSN, make sure that you're following along for some of the details and hit reply to any email that you see from me if you have questions or would like to get started. Otherwise, if you are ready to go, you can go ahead and hit that button down below that says sign up for HHSN, and I'll contact you ASAP about setting up your initial setup.